So this is the very strong carbon fiber tube. It's also very heavy. It's like 9 kilos. And the plan is to cut it in half and have it as a boom to collect water in. Here I will put some dyslectic on this side to prevent water from flowing out, and a sail in the middle. So this is the idea. Hello friends, this is Yrvind, and now the story continues. So the bicycle breeze and the forward centerboard, the bow centerboard, taught me a lot. So I was cued for the big boat disease. Wanting a big boat, getting a bigger boat, it's like drinking salt water. You just want bigger and bigger, more and more. So, and the same thing had happened with Anna. She was just 14 feet, 4.25 meters. I sailed her to England, 1968, and I got Duga, 40 feet long, sailed her to Brazil. Didn't make me more happy. And then as I worked on this big catch, Camper and Nicholson, I think it was 75 feet long. Was there for about 2 months every day. I started thinking Duga with 40 feet was small. No, better get adapted. But also, I realized that wood is not a very strong material. I built a few boats in wood, I had a few of them, and aluminum was a bit crazy with the corrosion. There is many aluminum boats, works well, but to sail in high latitudes you need insulation. Insulation is important, so that's build up thickness. And also inside the insulation you need something like a good solid surface, you know, like plywood or something like that. And now you have the outside skin, you have the insulation, you have the inside skin. So the step to sunbase construction is not very far. Now Dunedin is a Swedish invention, and they had offices not far from me. But of course the big question, especially in the 1780s, is absorbing water, like balsa. It's also kind of sun-based construction, but it absorbs water, it gets rotted. But they claimed Dunedin didn't absorb water. So I tried to find out, and I spoke to one of the salesmen, Björn Svensson. He was a very friendly man, and for months, you know, he came here on Saturdays. He didn't live that far away, and explain and ask like a child, you know, question after question. And then one day I was gonna go and give a talk in Karlskrona to the builders, Swedish Naval Yard. They built the minesweeper of the Dunedin because it was developed to do minesweeper. It's not magnetic and stiff. And I went there and they let me in. I looked around, and then in the evening a few people in the public was working there. So I talked to them too, and they told me, we are also very interested in this. We've been dipping this material into salt water and let it stay there for, I think, 1 year or 2 years, and I took it up and weighed it, and no absorption. So that really convinced me. Even the cell doesn't absorb water. But that's just the core. So it's the skins too, outside and inside. And glass fiber is not really very strong either, you know. But there is one fiber that's very good for impact strength. It's polyester fiber, like they have in sailcloths and roofs. They're made of that. And I thought maybe I could make a boat using the skin of that. But then engineer said it's not stiff enough. Well, stiffness comes from two things: the elasticity module or the Young's module, you know. If you stretch it, how quickly it gets to the strength. So it's really the angle of the curve. But polyester fiber, this is not good, you know. So it's just a fifth of that. But on the other hand, polyester fiber, it can stretch 5 times more than glass fiber. Say glass fiber stretches maybe 4%, Kevlar and carbon maybe 1.5, 2, but polyester like 17%, you know, elongation to break. So that means it doesn't break, but then it doesn't have stiffness. But stiffness also, you can also get stiffness by thickness. And sandwich construction is thick, and they are not really that thick, you know, like 20 millimeter or something like that. But I thought maybe 50 millimeter or something like that. Then I get excellent insulation, I got excellent flotation. So I started making experiments with that. And they turned out very well. I built a machine, like a weight dropping on samples. And like I show you here later. So here's the samples. And this is plywood, birch plywood, 20 millimeter thick. Like you can see, it's very thick. And I just hit it with this weight one time. It went straight through. Now, 9-10 millimeter plywood is good enough for a small boat. And if you make 20, it's more than twice as thick, because it increases with the, at least with this square or cube, you know. But then, the thing I came up with, I hit it, one hit, it in the break, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit, and 5, and 10, and 15, and 20, 25, up to 57 times. And then I gave up, then I got in a bit weird, it didn't break. So, I showed you this before, and this was done in 1985, before starting on amphibious. And this boat I'm building now, here, it's built the same way, the same fibers. So it's very, very strong, very, very strong. And here you can see it. So I'm happy with this. Here you see a bit of the veneer cell. This also comes out the veneer cell. The core is good as new after 30 years. So this is very good thing. And this is about the story and how the boat with amphibious was built. And later I'll tell you about the sailing with it.